This is where we chop it up. This is Crypto with Kamal.
Welcome to another edition of Crypto with Kamal. I'm Kamal Hubbard, and today I'm joined by someone I've known for quite some time now, and he's coming to us from across the pond in the European Union. That is Alexander Rees-Evans, who is the International Sales Director at Kaizen Finance. And Alexander, you're also a fellow DeFi educator and mentor. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Kaizen?
Hey, Kamal. Hello, everybody who's listening in. Of course, of course. So, I actually started my journey in crypto around 5 years ago when I started helping a company called Idonias, who are based out of Florida, with a barter model where you can trade luxury assets. And Idonias, in essence, you can trade diamonds, luxury cars, yachts, anything of a high value. And the financial delta is redistributed under the native cryptocurrency called IDOL in a closed ecosystem, etc. That's how I kind of started my journey in this industry. And once I was able to do something pretty cool, which was to get the champagne of the royal family of France called Heritage to be accepted on that platform, I thought this is quite interesting. So the royal family of France now accepts crypto. How far can we take this? So I wanted to get down the rabbit hole. I joined the very big centralized exchange, headed up a sales team, the private placement platform at one point as well, until my good friend Peter, who worked with me before, joined Kaizen Finance. Today he heads up the operations, and we're chatting one day on LinkedIn. He said, "Dude, you need to come to Kaizen." It's like, well, what exactly do we do here? I'm working there today, so it must be pretty good.
What are some of the products and services you guys are focused on?
Sure thing. So Kaizen, we're all kind of DJs, we're all remote, but we do have an office in Kiev. We're going to be heading up one in Dubai as well shortly. So what do we do? In essence, we bring about 20 years of operating with governments, very big entities such as Microsoft, UBS, IBM, the banks, German government, American military, with communications and also real cybersecurity. We bring all of this know-how, condensed it down into a very, very curated form to actually launch your token, to set everything up. You can get the token creation, embedded security traits using your own bridge. You can have automated vesting, staking, all the plugin websites, DDoS protection, anti-sniper front runner tech as well. And we leverage, not only do we provide tech, but it's also about leveraging lots of little features and details to offset selling pressure, especially in these market conditions. In a bull run, even a meme coin that has no liquidity, no nothing, you've still got a fighting chance to make it work. But in these market conditions today, it's quite another story. So we're able to offset about 80% selling pressure, build real engagement with your communities as well, by even producing derivatives of the SAT. So basically a wrap token that they can use months before you actually go live. They can get new utility, and it's all about giving them something special that they can use straight away instead of waiting until you launch. We do a lot of things.
Yeah, that's great. And I know we've had kind of extensive conversations in terms of what you guys do and what's possible. And there's a broad array of services, and obviously we could do deep dives on a lot of things. But what you said mentioned earlier that I thought was interesting is, we've had these market conditions for the last few months that have been we're in a down market, and the conditions haven't been the greatest, and there's a lot of projects and companies out there that want to do something in Web3 or want to tokenize, but don't know if now is the right time. They have that idea, but they don't know if now's the right time to move forward. So at Kaizen, what do you guys have to offer that can help either a project or a company that's kind of struggling with market timing, but has a market solution?
Very, very good points, Kamal. And funny enough, all this week we've been having calls with projects who are in exactly this position. Okay, we've been waiting a long time. We've been trying to raise funds, hasn't quite worked out. We still have a community that they're still kind of with us, but do we wait a bit longer? Do we try something now? Like, what do we do? How do we do it? So the easiest way to do this, first of all, would be prepare your community, activate your community. Now, very often, just because someone has 20,000 people in a Telegram group, they think they've got 20,000 buyers, 20,000 active people. But the fact of the matter is, if you don't keep them engaged, do something, I don't know, do some games, do some USDT airdrops, conferences and metaverses, really get them involved and engaged all the time. What happens is they die. And even if they don't leave the group, they just turn off the notifications. So very often the numbers in these groups, Twitter, etc., that they do not show the reality of what's going to happen. So first of all, it's to kind of test the waters, see what we've really got to play with here. How big is your community? How active is your community? And one of the tools that we're using now to actually resolve that this whole kind of conundrum, where either we haven't been able to raise funds for investors, they're just not investing. The only other option we have is launchpads. That's kind of how it is today. The problem, if you go only with launchpads, they do have refund policies. They do have expenses that you need to put up as well. And they're a very good tool to be leveraged, but you need to be very, very careful with how you leverage them. Because if your immediate need is cash to keep building, etc., even if you go with launchpads, you don't get the money anyway until you've launched. So it doesn't really help. However, if you have a bit of a community, if you've got a bit in an MVP, sorry, and you're thinking, okay, should we launch? Should we wait? What we're doing now at Kaizen, we're creating these little plugin websites where you can onboard clients through something called Hyper ID that we've invented. And I think I was showing you this earlier, Kamal. You can even log in with your TikTok account. You can log in with your Twitter, your Reddit, basically anything. So easy onboarding. The widget for raising funds as well that goes straight to your wallet. We're custodians of nothing. So in essence, easy onboarding. The money goes straight to you so you can keep building, developing, putting marketing, whatever you need at that particular moment. Embedded KYC as well. We use SumSub on the back end, and it's super duper fast. You can pass full KYC in about 5 minutes on this thing. It's very, very powerful, and they're fully regulated out of the UK. They provide the same services for finance. Embedded referral link, so you can share this part of the website on your socials. Anybody who clicks on it and shares it, they will get a kickback automatically. And this is how you can raise money, by leveraging your community that you've already spent money building. And on top of this, we provide them with, in essence, a derivative in accordance to the token warrant or SAFT they've just purchased from you. So if you've got a SAFT, someone's bought worth 1 million tokens, instead of waiting 5 months until you launch and then they just sell according to vesting, here we're also giving them 5 million wrapped tokens months before you're live that they can use straight away, but only within the ecosystem of the project. A spectrum of thought, if it's GameFi, they can buy limited edition weapons, new characters, new avatars. We just had a great call with Stainex, and it's kind of like booking.com, but in a crypto version. Very cool. They've got, I think it's even Singapore Air online with them as well. Very, very cool project. And even with these guys, months before they launch the token, you could maybe get 10% discounts when you book hotels, you book flights, wherever. And you're using them way before the token is even tradable. And you get real value from this. This is one of the tools you're using, Kamal.
Right. And another case study that I guess you ran by me was that of Ocean Money. So maybe you could kind of just describe using them as an example, how you took them through this process as well.
Sure thing. Ocean Money, they had about 10,700 people on their Twitter when we started. Now, these guys, they've got a few projects in the pipelines that they're building. We're helping them as well. But they also launched successfully a project back in the days. And this is where some of that community came from. But still, 10,700 people on Twitter, it's not a great amount. So the way that we leveraged this community and really got them engaged was first of all warming them up, creating a bit of a buzz around everything, even do some airdrops. But be careful, if you do some airdrops with your native tokens, make sure they're vested. For guys who are listening, don't just do it freely. Make sure they're vested, and even if possible, do it with the USDT, because sooner or later that thing's going to come back and bite you where it hurts most. And especially on the most important day of the project's life, when you launch, you want the chart to be very pretty. So what we did here was a few USDT drops, etc. A lot of very interesting, I would say, games with them. Created a bit of buzz and engagement. Then we rolled out the pre-sale. So the pre-sale, in essence, was this plugin page where they could easily onboard. They could buy the token SAFTs straight from Ocean Money. They didn't use a third party, not even us. We just provided the tech. So you're withdrawing third-party risk, you're withdrawing custodian risk, and all of the other risks associated to all of the other forms of raising funds. The money goes straight to the wallet of Ocean Money. Now, I think we raised about $320,000 in a couple of weeks for them through this technology. Now, the important thing is as well, it's not to roll everything out all at once. You've got to keep everybody engaged over time here. It's not a sprint, it's more of a marathon. So once you rolled out the pre-sale, everybody could hook up. They would buy, in essence, a SAF. And then you create a bit more buzz around it through some games, etc. It's been a couple of weeks now, and we're about to roll out staking opportunities. So we're going to wrap the tokens that these people have got, and we're going to provide staking opportunities. So I think Ocean Money are launching in a couple of months, but in essence, during these months where nothing happens, everybody can stake them. You don't have to stake 100% of what you have. Because the wrap tokens, you can stake one wrap token, 100, 100,000, a million, however many you want. And you can get some really cool rewards from them. And this is as we keep building up to the official TG. And what we're going to do later on is provide even more utility from the wrap tokens in the ecosystem of Ocean Money. So it's going to be really, really good. It's all about utility here.
Yeah, I mean, I think you made a number of really good points, and that's actually, it sounds like, another part of what you guys do in terms of consulting and guidance in terms of how to, make a successful project under any circumstance. But if you're able to do it in a bear market, even better when you're doing it in a bull market, I'm guessing as well too. So, what are some of the things that you guys are looking for, some indicators that you guys are looking for the markets to kind of turn around and to bring even more enthusiasm and hopefully more projects your way?
Oh, for sure. And you know what, Kamal? The market sentiment is actually much, much better. And I feel that we're definitely on a positive drive here. Bitcoin's up. It's much better than the beginning of this year. We're all going in the right direction. And from our angle, we have calls with maybe 10 to 15 different projects from all over the world every single day who need either fundraising, they need tech, they need market making, whatever they kind of need that we can provide. The interesting thing is they're all kind of getting bored of waiting. They waited for like a year. We had another call today where the person who we've actually been speaking with for 1 year So it's quite a relevant question. And now he's really thinking, okay, well, I'm going to be speaking at this conference. And he's launched multiple projects before. And this is the big thing as well. Always make sure that you have the right people surrounding you when you're launching in these conditions. Check things twice, check things thrice. Go as far as it can possibly go. But the market's definitely getting better, and we're seeing a very big build-up to, I would say, December. So literally next month, but especially Q1 2024. There are so many projects lining up for this. It's going to be absolutely huge. And I have a very big feeling that we're going to, the industry itself, the community themselves, the projects, the founders, when Q1 2024 hits, they're going to push the market upwards. Even if there are big forces around them that kind of want to keep it low, etc., the market will be pushed up much higher from the guys in the industry. And like I said, there are so many projects waiting to list January, February 2024. It's quite incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of enthusiasm, like you said, and now is definitely a time where people need to start focusing on their Q1 strategies across the board, whether it's projects or just people themselves, because the end of this year is going to come and go very quickly, and you want to definitely put yourself in position. But you know, Alexander, it's been great to talking with you right now. If there's anything else you'd like to share about Kaizen or yourself, I'm going to give you the last word.
Thank you, Kamal. I guess a few words of wisdom, if I may classify them as such. Just make sure that when you launch in these conditions, you anticipate the full selling pressure you may have. D-Day when you launch, make sure that you're in contact with everybody at every single station. And even launch pads, a lot of you guys are using a lot of them at the same time. If just one of those launch pads releases the tokens even 10 minutes earlier than the others, that will automatically cause a big problem and a refund of everything. So check everything, verify everything, stay on top of everything, and you'll be great.
Well, hey, Alexander, I'm looking forward to having you back in 2024 so we can circle back on, where the market has come and gone, and maybe some more stories about the success of some of your clients. But until then, where can folks find you and the things that Kaizen has to offer?
Sure. So the easiest place would be our website. You can hit up Kaizen, so that's Kaizen .finance. That's simple. Kaizen.finance, the big red logo, and every single thing on there that you could possibly need is available. More than happy to hit up a call with you guys any particular time you may need.
All right. And in the meantime, don't just make it a good day, make it a great day with crypto with Kamal, and we will see you on the next one.